best friend, that's my best friend. And that's my bestie, my bestie, my bestie.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever the fuck you are. I don't know where anybody's at, where they're listening to this and all that shit, but good, whatever the fuck day it is. And welcome to the podcast, Bunk Buddy Theories. I just wanted to add that little scary sound.
Yes. You
So,
finally you finally got it.
I know, dude. And yeah, well, I got it because, I'm not high as hell, but, you know, I'm gonna patiently wait to do the podcast to smoke my joint, but I'll probably survive. I'll be a little bit more on edge, I guess.
Yeah.
But I got a surprise for you, dude.
What's that?
Today we're sponsored by Depends.
It's like
If you're pretty much the slogan is Depends. If you're getting to the point of wearing fucking diapers when you're that old, might as well just end yourself. Depends.
damn.
Fuck.
Depends
Yeah.
by Dr. Kevorkian. Because
Fuck.
you might as well fucking kill yourself.
Yeah, dude. Hell no. Nobody's gonna catch me slipping like that.
It's like I'm wearing Depends right now. I already took a
Fuck.
shit. You didn't even
I'll just
notice.
I'll just walk around butt ass naked, dude. There should be no reason for me to wear diapers. If I get to the point where I have to wear diapers, dude, just unplug that machine.
Well, I think that's the problem is that you're still walking around and you need a diaper.
Mm. Mm. It
Pobrecito.
would be pretty. It would be pretty fun to fuck with people though. Like, hey, I took
You,
a shit, man. Come,
you
come clean me up.
just sit
Come
there
do it up.
staring at them. Like, what are you doing? I'm taking a shit.
How awkward is it? Your legs are up in the air, and some grown ass man or a woman's fucking cleaning your butthole, dude.
Ooh.
That's so
Yeah.
fucking right. I don't know. I can't live like that.
Maybe that's
I'm
what they should do
sorry.
in San Francisco. Maybe they should just pass out Depends so people won't just bend over and take a shit in the street.
I know, dude. How embarrassing is it? My home state of California lets bums take shits on streets,
And in
and
like
then we
one of the
hire
most
people to. Oh man,
the poop
and
patrol.
we hire people to join the poop patrol to
Poop
fucking clean up.
patrol. I bet they got a
And,
theme song and everything.
and I don't know how much these people are getting paid or what the health benefit, the healthcare benefits are, but
Oh, they're state employees. They get or maybe they're not state
oh
employees. They're at least city employees.
yeah, well they got to get paid, pretty
Yeah,
much, right?
yeah.
Because
Because they got to pick up used needles and human shit.
yeah, like they better be making big fucking bucks, or they better be paying me a shitload of money to pick up some other fucking dude's shit. Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. If oh man, hell no, I'd rather go build that fucking wall than to pick up human shit, man. I'm
You know what's
telling you,
weird?
man. That's
I think you still get in trouble if your dog shits on the street. Like you get a fine. But if you just like drop your trowels and there's shit on top of your dog's shit, then I think it's perfectly legal.
wow. See, I don't know. The only shit I know about that is about what the shit that you posted and what I read so far about it. Like as far as the codes of the cities and what you can do and what you can't do, I don't follow up on that shit. But man, that's if that's true, then fuck. I guess it's time for me to move to fucking Utah, man.
Yeah. I think it's all time we move to Utah.
Fuck, man. Utah's nice though. I like Utah. Fucking beautiful. A lot of snow, a lot of snow, and a lot of snow.
I like to visit
Um,
sometime.
yeah, you know what? I feel bad still to this day, but look, we got a podcast out of it. Just a quick little backstory for you guys listening at home. You know, the crew was going to show up to Utah. Pretty much is just a bunch of our friends that we play online with. They were all going to shoot down to Utah and visit me because I was out there working, and I was under the impression that I was going to be out there until September. Which we're still in June, but I was there in July, I think, like probably like mid-July, all the way until April. Not actually all the way until May. I didn't come back until like May, the 11th of May is when I fucking drove back.
Well, we were supposed to
But
be out there like May 15th or something like that for
yeah, the
Memorial Day.
10,
I
11,
can't remember.
12. No, I forgot. You guys were supposed to go back home on the 14th.
Yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was before May. It was before it was like a week before that date, and I get the call saying, "Hey, you need to come back home. We got work down here." And I'm like, "Oh." So everybody's like, "Fuck, really? We all took a weekend off
Yeah,
to go hang out in Utah."
I bought
Jimmy bought
plane
his plane.
tickets.
Yeah. But hey, look, out of all that, we got a podcast out of it.
I
I think we still
guess.
were gonna get a podcast out of it, but I felt bad. So
Oh, that's right. We were going to do our first podcast actually together in Utah. I remember now.
yeah, we're supposed to do it out there, but the universe somehow aligned us to do it like this. But I would like to, I want to do a podcast like when we're in the same room and shit. That'd be pretty dope.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. What we're going to do, like, you're going to come down here, we're going to do some kind of ghost hunting or something?
I hate ghost hunting. Like, not that I do it all the time, but like, I just don't want motherfuckers being attached to me. But yes, wouldn't it be dope though if we can go to those fucking catacombs that I went to with you guys? What is that? What is that spot called in Charleston?
Catacombs. Oh, the jail? The old jail?
The jail. Yeah, the old jail.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we could. I really want to do the, oh, crap. Is it the USS Midway? The aircraft carrier? They have a thing where you can go there, like, overnight. And I think it's only like $80, and you like spend the night, and you actually do some like legit ghost hunting stuff. I want to do that.
Mm.
That'd be fun. I think.
I think if we went with like another like with like a group of like 20 people, yeah, I'll go.
Well, I mean, I think there's like multiple people there, but I mean, I'd rather just us go. You
Ourselves.
know? Yeah.
Yeah. You know how I am about that shit. I don't like those fuckers grabbing onto me like, huh, guess what? I'm going back to LA with you, bitch.
No, I
Fucking
mean,
ghosts and shit.
it's just like I don't know. They just say that the boat itself is just kind of haunted. I think it's mostly like residual haunts. You know, like you hear people yelling instructions at each other, and you hear people walking up and down the halls and
Holy shit.
stuff like that. Yeah, so it's really crazy. I think like Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures, Ghosts, Paranormal, whatever's, all of them have done something on the USS Midway.
Ah,
Wait, is it the USS Midway? I don't know, man.
I don't know.
I'm kind of blitzed right now. I'm tired, drinking a little bit.
Oh my god.
Yorktown, Yorktown. Oh my God, it's the Yorktown, the USS Yorktown. What the hell? It fought in the Battle of Midway. Fucking yeah. I don't know. I'm out of it.
Oh, it's one of those days.
Yeah.
So I got a fucking I don't know how to categorize this story. It's more like it irritated me and it fucking made me realize that thank God as parents I'm able to just spank my fucking kid when she acts out of line. Like my older son, I can't spank him no more. He's already about to be 18.
Hmm.
But even then he was a good kid. But my daughter sometimes, man, she's just a little shit and I have to whop her like with a sandal. Not like aggressive whopping, but just like a good whopping where she knows like, hey man, if I do this shit again, this motherfucker's gonna lay the smackdown. Like I'm like, it's just a good,
Yeah.
like a good,
Well,
or like,
sometimes it's
and
just
I'm,
like sometimes it's just like a good distraction, you know, like their brains caught up in the emotion, and then you pop them like in the forehead, and they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's
yeah,
right." Like the world
or
exists.
yeah. It's like fuck, I'm not in Candyland no more. Like this shit got real.
Yeah,
Like I don't aggressively beat her. Like actually, it's been like a good minute since I've had to spank her, but man, there are some times, man, like she'll throw a fit in the store, and I kind of look around. I'm like, fuck, man, you're lucky. You're lucky I don't fucking spank you right here, right now. They're like, oh, she's throwing a big fit. But when we get to the car, man, I give her a little whopping. But it's not an aggressive whopping. Just, let's get this straight. Like, it's not child abuse. It's not, it's disciplinary action. You
yeah.
have, look, America, look, put American, like an American, the national anthem in the background while I'm saying this. You got it? You
Okay.
got it going? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Cool. Look, man, America wouldn't be America if motherfuckers weren't getting spanked. Okay? We live in a society now where it's just a bunch of lazy beatniks running around doing what the fuck they want to do, painting their hair purple and saying that, there's 85 fucking million genders. Look, listen up, America. Let's take our country back. America, let's spank America again. Let,
Let's
let,
spank America again.
hold on. Here, let the song finish. Let the
From
song finish.
sea to shining
Shining
sea.
sea. There we go. Oh, let's just get that straight. America was founded on fucking spankings. Who was it that cut that fucking cherry tree? It was fucking George Washington, right?
Right, and he couldn't lie about it.
And he couldn't lie about it because he was a fucking good person, but he still got his ass whooped. Why do
Yeah,
you think
yeah.
he has wooden teeth? Why do you think he has fucking wooden teeth? They knocked his teeth out. They said, "Look here, little fucker. That tree that you chopped down, the wood off of that tree is gonna replace your fucking grill because I'm gonna beat the shit out of you now." They're like, "Oh fuck, oh well," you know. I think
Yeah,
that's how it happened. I'm not sure.
that's a good
I may have
theory.
just, yeah, I may have just made that up. Maybe not. Who knows? I may be onto something. But so check it out. So thank God for spankings, right? So today I didn't take my daughter to school. I said, you know what? Let's go to Bob's again. Like we're trying to kind of like have like a daddy daughter tradition going on.
Yeah,
And I'm thinking like, you know what? Let's just go to you know take her to an old school diner like Bob's Big Boy, the original one, has been there forever. I don't know if you ever been to that one.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, so it's famous. Like a lot of fucking movie stars went there. They filmed a bunch of movies there. And I think on Saturday, I may be wrong, but I think on Saturday nights it's like classic car nights, and the waiters go out and serve you the food like to your car. Like there's like the old parking spots, kind of like Sonic's,
Yeah.
but but the waiters they're not on fucking rollerblades because they know they're fucking smarter than that. But they do that. I think on the weekends they do that. But I figured, let's start a little tradition. Let's have something going on here every Friday. Like if she doesn't go to school on a Friday, boom, we go to Bob's Big Boy. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that burger's still fucking good. Their burgers are still fucking good. But so we instead of sitting on the bar on the what do they call it the counter, we had a booth this time, and in front of us was this I want to say she was young, but she was the mother of like three spoiled little Asian brats. And like what I'm talking about when I say when fucking they're spoiled, they are fucking spoiled, right?
Like each
The
one's
little
got a
girl.
switch and a phone and all that good
No,
stuff.
no, 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 no. So I'm assuming. Look, I don't like assuming because when you spell out assume, it makes an ass out of you and me.
Right.
Get it? ASS, you
Yeah,
and me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you.
Yeah. So I'm assuming I have to assume for this one because the little kid in the what is it called? Not a booster chair, but like the baby chair, whatever the fuck they call those, the high
Yeah,
chairs.
yeah. The high chairs.
I'm assuming that little kid was like a year old. Then the little girl must have been like 4 or 5, and then the little boy must have been like my daughter's age, like 6 or 7, around there.
Hmm.
So you can tell the age difference between them, but they were just fucking little shits, dude. And this fucking mom, she had her, I guess, her friend with her and a nanny, and the nanny was pretty much taking care of the kids, but apparently not today, man, because those kids fucking made such a fucking commotion. The little girl started crying because her brother grabbed one of the box of crayons, so she threw a fit, and you just hear the mom going, "You're really pissing me off. I swear to God, you piss me off one more time, I'm gonna beat your ass right here, right now."
Hmm.
And I was like, "Oh God!" And they're like full on. I want to say they're either fucking like Korean or Cambodian. I don't know which one. And I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm not good at telling between Asian people. I cannot tell the difference almost. Maybe Japanese, maybe.
I don't think the area has many of any of those you just mentioned.
Oh no, I just can't. Like she looked either Korean. No, but the thing is, she was very dark skinned. Maybe Cambodian.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. I don't want to assume what race she was because I know she was of Asian descent from
Right,
that
right.
region, and
Of a
I know
region
it's
you
the
can't
people.
tell in the first place.
Yeah, but maybe she was speaking a dialect, and it sounded Cambodian for a second. But I'm like, well, what if that's fucking Korean? I don't know. So she was just yelling at the fucking kids. The kids were yelling back at her, calling her stupid, shut up, don't talk to me like that. And I'm like, oh fuck no. So far, like the first 20 minutes of sitting there listening to these kids ramble off, I just wanted to beat them. It was like, dude, if Zoe were to talk like that, the first 20 minutes of us sitting down, I would have just taken her back to the car and she would have got her ass whooping right there and then.
Hmm.
Like, no, there's no reasoning, there's no bargaining, there's no, negotiation. I don't like, first of all, my motto here in the house, we do not negotiate with terrorists. Period.
No matter
Our
how
kids
tiny
are
they are.
fucking, no matter how fucking tiny, how cute, we do not negotiate with terrorists. Period. So all that shit was going down, and I'm like, oh man, like I know my daughter's bad sometimes, but these kids were like, they were throwing food at each other. They were like spilling drinks left and right. And I guess the mom got to the point where like she didn't want to be there no more. She got up, paid her bill, and left. And I kid you not, man, when I got up to go pay my bill, and I look over at their table, they just left everything there. And but they just left it like with a giant fucking pile of like trash. And dude, even the guy that was cleaning the tables was pissed off. And I'm like, whoa.
Hmm.
And he's like, look at that, like fuck, man, like really, like what the hell is this, man? He's talking to the manager in Spanish, and the manager was like, yeah, dude, if I doubt, I highly doubt that they'll ever come back again. But if they do, man, I wish I can just be like, dude, you can't eat here no more. Not after that. Like that's how bad it was for him to say that he doesn't want them eating here no more.
Yeah.
That's you need to question yourself. Like fuck, man, what am I doing wrong? Like that's what's oh man, that's how I see rich people.
Huh.
Like when they just have too much fucking money to give two shits about their kids, and they just let them do whatever they want. And that's how we keep getting assholes in this world.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's also like that kind of weird generation that didn't get spanked.
Mm-hmm.
They leave things for other people to take care of. Like it just seems to be like a common thing that I've noticed. Like anytime there's any kind of protest about something, like something stupid, they always like trash the area. And it's funny because it's always like some kind of environmental thing too. Like the pipeline thing, the oil pipeline they were protesting for like months and months, and they built
Yeah.
little tent cities. When they left everything there. And I think the people that were working on the pipeline volunteered to clean it up because it had just trashed the whole fucking area.
Jesus.
Like they just left everything there. And the same thing I think when they like when they do protests like downtown, wherever with their signs and shit, people say like, "Look, this is the trash they left behind. Like, there's just trash everywhere," and they like leave their signs there, and they just dump shit everywhere, and it's that whole mentality of, "Oh, well, someone else is gonna clean it up," you know?
It's funny. I totally forgot they were even fighting for that pipeline.
Well,
I fucking
they
forgot.
stopped
Like I
really
just
quick.
yeah, I just remembered like very vaguely. Like I was at work and I saw it on the news. I'm like, oh, that's crazy, and I just kept working. Like, like I don't. You know me. I don't fucking give two shits about politics, or I stay out of it because one, I'm not that educated. Two, I don't give a fuck.
Well,
You
I
know,
mean,
I
for
just
me, it's like I'm into the environment, but it's like it's funny because all the people that are telling me that I need to be responsible for the environment are people that are trashing the environment. It's like I've been taking care of my thing, lowering my carbon footprint for decades. Now all these people coming out of nowhere saying the world's gonna end in like 10 years. Every 10 years, someone comes out and says the world's gonna end in 10 years. Since like the 1970s, I think.
uh,
So that's why at this point I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking believe you. Nothing you say can convince me.
except what if this? What if like the whole cast of Sesame Street came together to tell you that?
Um, I'd say they're corporate shills, and or they're getting paid by big climate. They're getting that big climate money.
Now,
Because
now,
remember,
what
remember,
if?
climate change stuff. That's big money now. People making
Well,
money
yeah,
off it.
well, a lot of, well, well,
That I was watching this. I was
there's
watching this guy.
America.
He's a multi-billionaire, and he said he was talking about climate change and how Al Gore was pushing it and all that stuff. And he goes, the one thing that pissed me off the most was I didn't come up with that idea first and made $1 billion off of it.
Holy shit.
That was his biggest complaint. And then he's talked about if climate change was true like the way they say it is, then they're like no bank would give anybody a loan for their home
Mm-hmm.
because everywhere would be, if every 10 years the world's going to be destroyed, no one's going to invest something for 10 years and not get paid for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just like how everybody out here in California did, they're now jumping on that solar. Like, I mean, people have been doing the solar panels on their homes and stuff, but like, it is big now. It's big money out here.
Dude, I have solar panels on my house.
Big, it's big. Yeah, I know, but over here in Cal, for some reason, people over here, like in LA, they didn't give two shits about it. It didn't even cross their mind, like, oh shit, we should like invest more in solar power. Because all of a sudden, dude, like you go like 2 blocks from here, like Sherman Oaks,
Hmm.
dude, almost every fucking house now has a fucking solar panel. It is like one of the biggest fucking money makers in California right now. Solar panel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking?
What?
Solar powered dildos.
Solar
Now
panel.
hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Getting fucked by a plastic toy on the go. All you have to do is just lift it up, point it to the sun, bam. Infinite power, baby.
Ugh. It's like you're saving the earth and
Yeah, and
yourself a
saving that
headache.
veg too. Yeah.
Damn.
Can't say no to that. It's a win-win. I think it's a win-win. Shit, but So yeah, so this family, I don't know how that fucking solar panel went. It went from like these kids being little shits to solar panels.
Well, you start talking about rich people or something, or Sherman
Oh
Oaks or
yeah,
something. I
so
don't know.
so yeah yeah yeah. So like it's just you can tell like these people didn't give two shits about the kids. She just had the kids almost. It felt like it was just a status. Like, oh look, I'm a mom. Like that's and it's sad too because I've known people that have kids just to be a part of a fucking you know what do they call it? They call it the mommy culture. I don't know what the fuck they call it. That's I just think like that because I've seen it. Like they just have kids to have kids, and then they don't give two shits. Kids are running around acting a mess. They're like, oh, they're just kids being kids. Your kid is lighting your house on fire, man. Do something. Beat his ass.
Hmm.
Fuck. We need all that. That's how you know what? I feel like that's how we get a lot of these fucking what do they call them? Not
What?
hipsters in general, but the
Oh,
fucking people. These people who fucking protesting for dumb shit.
yeah.
Fuck is it called? These motherfuckers, whatever they're called. Oh man, like I sat next to one in Magic Mountain. I was waiting for my nephew to get off one of the rides, and there's this. I think it was a girl, but like she shaved like the side of her head. She only left like 3 little whiskers on her forehead with a ponytail. And I was just sitting there like I can already tell she wanted to start something. Like she had like a chip on her shoulder. And she was one of those that would have been like, "Oh my god, are you fucking chasing me? Are you gawking at me?" Like it looked like she had that type of mentality where she was going to blame me for just something that didn't happen right off the bat. So I sit down with my daughter and we're looking up at the ride, and she gets up and she stands kind of in front of me like all pissed off. And I just kept looking at the ride and I didn't think nothing of it until I turned around to like look at her, and she was just sitting there all pissed off, and I'm all like,
Like, was
okay,
she
like I was,
blocking you on the ride or what?
No, kind of, but she was too short to block the ride. Pretty much,
Okay.
like she was kind of in front of me, but I'm tall, so she was, I'm just looking up into the sky, and she just had that fucking look like, man, I'm good. I just want to fucking get you on something. But like I was just looking like, man, if you like, the first thing that ran to mind is like, man, if she would have pulled the whole, oh, he tried to grope me, is like, bitch, nobody's trying to grope you. Like, there's no reason for me to fucking grope you. You're not gropeable.
Have you ever seen the picture of the lady? Like she accused like 15 guys of raping her, and I think like 10 or 12 of them actually like might have gone to jail. And then and then the big news was that now she was going to jail for false rape accusations. But then when
Yeah.
they showed what she looked like, I was like, ooh, how the fuck would anybody believe her that these people were trying to rape her? Like all
Yeah,
these
and
random
and
hot looking dudes, trying to rape this gigantic, like, you know, wildebeest.
and look, people who are listening, we're not like fat shaming. We're not,
No, I am.
oh, okay, well, because you don't give a fuck, but just to be not here just fucking fat shaming. I'm not here saying, oh, like ugly bitch. I wouldn't like. Trust me, there's dudes out there that have a preference. Men have a preference,
Yeah.
and on like for
You just
me,
have
like
to
I
lower
know,
your standards a little bit.
yes, you have to be on fucking meth pretty much to
There's
go
there's
to
there's the
that
Michael
point.
Jordans and there's the Dennis Rodmans. You need to get yourself a Dennis Rodman.
Hmm.
Cause he'll love you to the day you die.
Yeah, but men have a preference, especially if it's like young men or fucking men that are good looking, I guess, or whatever. They want all, honestly, like even from me growing up, I always wanted to fuck tens. There was
Right.
no way I was fucking a chick that was a four and under, even though I'm a fucking two. But still, my preference was like, man, I'm gonna fuck tens only. If I have to fuck a if I have to fuck a seven and an eight, so be it. But
Damn.
being a
There's
young
some
asshole,
high ass standards, man.
I know, bro. I mean,
You're like, if I have to, I'll bang a 7 or an 8.
or an eight. But I'm telling you, not all men are like, she may be a two, but maybe she has a heart of gold. Like, no, no guy is thinking that. Every every dude wants to fuck a hot chick, you know.
But
So like,
some dudes see, the big girls as the hotties. Like
well,
you said, there
because
is a preference.
they need to be put out of their misery for good. Like, those motherfuckers shouldn't be on Earth in general. That's
Okay, well,
just
who's
kidding.
who's who's fat shaming now? Damn.
Just fucking around. But
Jeez.
but yeah, like dudes, like young guys, the mentality that they have is they want to fuck a 10. They want to fuck a 10. You're not gonna like, I've never heard a guy go, she's a 3 or 4. Oh, let me just see how her personality is. No, nobody wants to know their fucking personality. They just want to get in that cooch and fucking go to town. Period. And if you fucking give them anal, oh man, they'll be your husband.
Damn.
They'll fucking marry you. Yeah. So like, yeah, like you see a lot of these cases, like, oh my god, these guys raped me, but then she looks like Shrek. Like, nah, nah, you're fucking lying. I'm sorry, but nobody
Well,
wants
like I
to
said,
fuck
like the
Shrek.
worst part was that people had already gone to jail already.
Yeah,
It's like
isn't that where they made that?
by the 15th accusation, they were like, maybe we should look more into this.
Didn't they make a movie about that?
No, this happened just
Uh,
recently.
okay, but there was a movie. There's a movie out on. I think it's on Netflix where these kids got convicted for rape, and then they ended up finding out that like years later they've been in jail for like 12 years, I guess. I don't. Ah, fuck. I gotta look up the name of that movie.
Well, there's tons of stories like that. Like dudes going to jail for like 10 plus years or even longer,
Hmm.
and then like the women confess later on that, oh no, the rape never actually happened.
Fuck. I sound a little distracted, but my cat just threw the fuck up. Or not threw up, but like a hairball. But it's like a fuck, it's like a spicy hairball, man.
Spicy
Yeah,
hairball.
fuck you, cat. Cats are dicks, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't underestimate a cat. They're dicks. They're not your friend. They act like they're your friend, but they're not because they just fucking do whatever the fuck they want.
That's true.
Yeah. So yeah, rich people, you guys listening out there, beat your kid's ass. Show them some work ethics. Teach them a trade.
Like I said, I
Don't
don't think
just
it's just rich people. I think it's just like the next generation of people who are having kids, so they didn't get spanked, so then their kids aren't getting spanked. But then it's even worse because now they're giving their kids everything they never had as an adult.
they're giving
Like
them
as a
participation
kid, you always
trophies.
wanted to, yeah. Well, I guess I mean, like as
Oh
a kid, you
god.
always wanted the Game Boy. But your parents were like, no, I'm not gonna give you a fucking Game Boy. You need to jump on your bike and ride around ride around the
Hmm.
neighborhood, and you're okay with that. And then but then your little sister grew up with having a Game Boy. And then so it's like and never getting hit and stuff. So then she kind of traded that over to her kids, which like because I have friends, I don't like what they do because sometimes they just like stick a like an iPad in front of their kid and then that's it. But the kid's gone for
And,
like
and you know
not
what?
interacting. They're just watching YouTube or something weird, and they're playing games on their iPad. And then when you start taking it away, then they start freaking out.
Oh yeah, they
Like,
become
oh,
like
time,
very
like
dependent.
yeah, like time to eat, and they're like, no, I don't want to eat. I want to keep watching my iPad. And they're like, oh, okay. Like, oh,
And
Jesus.
I admit too, there's times, dude, when we go to like a restaurant, like I find myself doing that shit too with her. But man, dude, like she can't sit the fuck down. She
Yeah.
can't sit the fuck down. Like she has what I had growing up. What is it? ADHD.
No, I think
Atta-
she's just a kid.
yeah, she just has a
She
lot of
just needs to be,
energy.
yeah, she's got to be just popping and
Yeah,
moving and stuff.
yeah. Like, but when we go to restaurants, like I said, you know what? We have to take a tablet at least for her to just relax, sit down, focus on one thing, and just watching YouTube. Like that's all she wants to do. She just wants to get on YouTube and look at Minecraft on how to make stoves and ovens and
Yeah.
whatever the fuck. Yeah,
Well,
like
I mean,
she just goofy little
but
shit like that.
are
But
you
like I,
like correlating that with like eating? Like if she sits down and calms down and watches her YouTube video, and is she eating at the same time, or is she just completely distracted by that thing?
I mean, I can't tell the difference because even if she doesn't have anything in front of her and she's eating, she takes fucking forever to eat because she sits there and she starts playing with her fucking food sometimes, or she
Yeah.
talks to it, or she makes scenarios with whatever the fuck her imaginary friend, wherever it is. Like she takes forever regardless. So if I put the tablet in front of her, she eats like slow, but she's watching her video on the tablet. But if she doesn't have a tablet in front of her, she still eats fucking slow. Like she takes 5,000 years to fucking eat a grilled cheese sandwich. So I don't know what's worse. Like I don't think putting a tablet in front of her even makes a difference.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but I do catch myself doing that sometimes too. But that's very like when we go to like a restaurant. Even then, there's times we don't even take the tablet with us. But if I know we're going to a restaurant, like for example, like we go to like a nice restaurant, like fuck, okay, we have to take the tablet because she's just gonna be moving around. She's gonna be like like laying on the fucking on the what do you call it, the booth, or she's gonna go under the table maybe. Like we don't know. She's unpredictable, so we bring the tablet just in case. But
Okay.
she has her Switch too, so
Yeah.
I mean that's once in a while. But I feel stupid sometimes when when we're in restaurants. We're like, okay, let me give her like today. I didn't give her a tablet. We didn't take her tablet, and that's actually pretty good because she sat down, she colored, and we ate, and then we made fun of the kids in front of us. So
Hmm.
you know, 1 point for America.
Well, I guess I don't know about you, but I know I grew up with my parents telling me, I needed to eat, sit down, eat my food. If I don't eat now, I'm not going to eat later, or I'm going to go to bed hungry. And then, of course, there's always starving kids in Africa that,
Yeah, I had the
you
same
know,
thing too.
yeah. So I mean, I think that's like I don't remember my parents having to really distract me too much, like when we would go out to eat.
Yeah,
But then I guess we didn't really go out to eat like all that much either.
yeah,
Not that I really remember. I
yeah.
don't know,
No,
man.
Yeah, it's just we're living in different times too, man. Like
Yeah, yeah,
we got all these psychopaths out there kidnapping kids more than ever, and we got like school shootings, and we got like we just got crazy shit going on, dude. We got crazy shit going on. So it's
yeah,
not like we can just tell our kids like when I grow up, like at Zoe's age, I was out in the streets playing with my friends. I was going like a few blocks over to go hang out with my buddies. Dude, we're climbing up on fucking apartment buildings. We're on the
yeah,
roofs of apartment buildings throwing oranges at convertibles.
yeah,
Like, yeah, we're doing some stupid shit, man. But that was like when I look back in those times, I'm like, fuck, man. I'm glad I grew up in the '90s, dude. Because
yeah,
we would be considered '90s kids, right?
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
because I mean, well, maybe I don't. Well,
I don't know. I'm
I was born
borderline.
'84.
Yeah, I was born in
Yeah,
'82, so like I remember the '80s and the '90s,
yeah,
and
I vaguely remember the '80s.
yeah.
Very
I mean,
vaguely. I just remember growing up and hearing on the news when Pablo Escobar got shot and he got killed.
I don't know. That I guess that's just like a Salvi thing. I don't know.
No, well, no, no, no. Well, he's first of all, he's not even Salvi, but I was alive. I was alive
But your heart
when they.
hurt. You're like, I don't know why, but
No,
him
I didn't know
dying,
who. Well,
him
I don't
being
know who the fuck he
thrown in
was at
jail.
first. I was like, how old was I? I think Derek was like 5 years old.
Yeah,
Derek was 5 years old when Pablo Escobar was gunned down. Like I saw it on the news, and people were like, "Oh my god, they finally got him!" I'm like, well, who the fuck is he? Like I don't know who the fuck he is. And I look back and I go, "Shit, man, I was alive. I was fucking doing dumb shit when this motherfucker was got shot." Like,
hmm.
like man, like just growing up in the '90s, dude. It was weird, man. It was like a good time to grow up too, because we didn't have technology like we have now.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that.
You know,
I
and I,
mean,
and I
same
kind of
thing
and
for
I kind
me.
of do wish, yeah, and I kind of do wish that it was like that now, but you know, why be stuck in the past? I guess we
Yeah.
got to progress forward.
I mean, I remember doing dumb shit because we lived on this block where it was like nothing but apartment buildings, but it was
Yeah,
like you can find cool passageways through the apartment buildings and it get you to another
yeah,
apartment
yeah.
building and you could jump over all these crazy fences and things. And
Hmm.
man, we would just do dumbass shit like that, just like basic like urban exploring, except we're like 8 years old and we're going through neighbors' apartments and stuff. And
Without a worry in the world too. You
yeah,
never thought about like, oh fuck, there's a guy running around with a gun. There's a guy running around with a van kidnapping people. Like, don't get me wrong, we still had kidnappers back then, but
well, what do you think?
it was like,
What do you think changed? Do you think maybe the at the same level or at the same intensity that was happening, but because we didn't have the internet, because we didn't have like instantaneous knowledge of things going on in our neighborhood and stuff like that, do you think that made a big difference, or do you think the fact that people are just like pretty much soulless now, like people are just doing dumb shit because they can, or because of mental illness or whatever?
I think, I think people just got lazy. People got I don't know how to explain it. I just feel like people got lazy to the point where we have idiots running around doing whatever the fuck they want, and not to like pick a specific class of people, but hipsters, for example. I don't know what it is, man, but they just fucking annoy me.
It goes back to the same thing of being disciplined. They were never disciplined, so that they don't think
Yeah,
there's any
yeah,
kind of there's nothing
yeah,
wrong to whatever actions they have, and
yeah.
it's all about attention.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, they clean up the neighborhoods, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like Silver Lake, Echo Park
Yeah.
is not as bad as it used to be. Why?
No,
Because the
yeah.
hipsters took over. Hipsters took over, and they
Yeah.
made the place. It's all yeah, all hipped out,
Gentrification. Gentrification.
and there's starting to happen over here too, man. Like the next two streets over, uh, from where I live, it's pretty fucking high level of gang activity. But at the end of that street, this one Armenian guy is buying off properties left and right, and he's fucking modernizing the neighborhood. And who do I see walking around now in fucking the worst part of fucking Van Nuys? Hipsters. And they're like not scared of anything, dude. They just go around. They'll be like, maybe I should paint this fire hydrant a
Yeah.
pretty flower. Like they don't give a fuck. They're clueless to what's going on in the streets, and they're just like, oh, we're just living our lives. Oh, we're hipsters. Like, okay, And I can tell they're fucking hipsters because I always see these motherfuckers coming out of the little carniceria with a fucking 12 pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon, dude.
Ugh.
Yeah, those are the only people that drink that shit too. I'm sorry, hipsters. I'm not trying to like out you out, but
Stop apologizing.
I know. I just, you know what?
Fuck
I
them.
don't
Just
know.
tell
I
them.
was,
Next time you
oh
see one,
fuck,
just be like, hey, fuck you and your
fuck you.
ascot. And then, and then just like slide your hand through his hair, like the side of his head that's shaved, and then just
Oh,
whisper, the fat
me
man walks
too.
alone.
Me too.
Yeah. Be like, pound me too. You mean hashtag me
Oh,
too? No, I mean pound me too.
pound me like now. Oh man, Pabst Ribbon. Dude, that has to be like one of the fucking worst beers to fucking drink.
Actually, I heard they went out of business, and I was like, oh shit, no one told me. And then they got
Oh,
bought out in like 2017 by another
uh huh.
company. I'm assuming a hipster company, and they reformulated Pabst Blue Ribbon, so it might actually be better now. I haven't tried it. Actually, maybe I
Nah.
have tried it. I think maybe I did try it. I
Skip.
did. I have tried it. It was actually a lot better than I remembered. Because I remember,
Mm,
when we were in, well, I didn't go to college, but my buddy went to college, and we would go hang out with him at
yeah.
college. So I say when I was in college, um, yeah, we'd be drinking like, Jameson and all the good stuff, 7 and 7s, things like that, and then we'd buy like a 12 pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon for like the freshman kids.
hmm
And they'd be like, "Oh, is this good beer?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, it's got a blue ribbon, doesn't it? Like, come on, award-winning Pabst Blue Ribbon beer."
Oh
And they'd be like,
God.
"Oh yeah, this is good." And then they drink
Ugh.
like one or two and just be laid out. Like, "Ooh,
They're like,
okay." Like we should like, is he dying from like toxic, alcohol syndrome? Like, is he going into
no,
fetal alcohol problems or like
it's
what's?
just beer that makes you retarded, pretty much.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I think I got some last time because I had heard about like, oh, it's like a new formula, and I tried it. It wasn't bad. It was like I would say it was on par with like Bud Light maybe.
Even worse.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not a
water. Basically, you're
huge.
just drinking water.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Bud Light, but I mean it's cheap, so
Fuck that. Just fucking buy a bottle of Jack and you're set. And some sparkling water. Unless you drink regular soda, then fucking Jack and Coke, man.
yeah.
It's a lot better than drinking all that fucking
You ever tried
nasty
that
ass
the
water
Apple
beer.
Crown? Apple Crown's really good.
You know what? To be honest, I don't even really drink that much anymore. I can go honestly, I literally go like months without drinking.
Okay.
Like I kind of cut down on the drinking. So I think like if I do drink, I just drink Jack and Coke.
Hmm.
But other
I
than that,
figured
like any
I
other
figured
shit,
you'd
I
be
don't.
doing like clear spirits because I heard that's supposed to be like good for your body or whatever, sort of.
The fuck is that?
Like it just like it's like tequila and vodka because it doesn't have like a ton of sugar and stuff like that in it.
Vodka?
Yeah, sure. Damn,
There is a fucking there's one called like that too.
is there? Oh,
It,
I was just thinking about
yeah.
mixing them in my head. I'm like, that's gonna be the
No,
weirdest, the
there's a
worst
brand out
dragon
there.
breath ever.
There's a company out there that makes it. I forgot the name of the company, but it's called Vodka.
Huh?
And it has a skull. It has a skull with a Mexican hat, but with a Russian star on it, the
Huh?
communist star. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's weird, dude. I don't know if it's out there in like Russia or is out here they sell it, but they sell it.
it's interesting.
It's in existence. It's there. I don't want to try it though because I feel like you're just gonna fucking die after inhaling that shit. You know what's fucking fucked up is that back then I chose Four Locos over anything else, and that was the worst of the worst too.
But it was like they were delicious
No,
and they
they
were so
weren't.
cheap. They're like five for $3 at like 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I remember when they were like it was like two for $6 what was the other one? Jungle Juice was another one,
Mm.
and that was like $2 a can, but it was a smaller can compared to the fucking Four Locos. Four Locos was like fuck, man. Basically,
Dude,
like a
like every.
giant, like a giant fucking dick, man. It was just a big fucking cow dick that you're holding, pretty much.
I
Not
mean, I
to get
remember
crazy
I
with it.
would like, yeah, if I wanted to get like messed up really quick, I would just grab like a
Yeah.
watermelon, Four Locos or whatever, and drink, and then play video games online.
You
Man,
know
I remember
what?
drinking two at once, and that just ruined
Yeah,
my
that was
like
stupid.
day. Yeah.
That was stupid. I remember drinking 3 for $100.
Oof.
Yeah. No, I fucking died that day.
Yeah.
I died. I remember one time, dude. I threw a party at like my mom, went to El Salvador, and I took over her apartment, and I threw a big. I threw well, it wasn't the big. It wasn't the big party that I threw, but me and a couple of my friends and uh our buddy Boris was there too, and fucking I gave him a couple of those cans. He's like, "Fuck it, I'll drink a couple. I'm down." Whatever. He starts pounding it. I kid you not, this fucker woke up in my kitchen with a trash can on his head
Ugh.
the next day. Yeah, that's how fucking strong that is. And look here, it's not that we're fucking weak. Is that shit was strong? It was basically 12. It was what was like the equivalent of 12 beers and 6 cups of coffee.
I don't know about 12 beers. I remember I can't remember
I
if the
think
alcohol
I think
content was really high though, because it was considered like a malt liquor, so they were able to get away with like 9% or something like that. But then yeah, it's got coffee, and then it also had like tons of sugar in it,
yeah,
which
but I
it
think I think
makes you mix them together,
Amer-
and it's no bueno.
yeah, I remember they went that all those companies that were making those drinks went through some legal action too because they made them dumb down the content of alcohol. No,
Because
it had a lot of alcohol, dude.
people
They
were were drinking them like left and right, and then like passing out and
deceiving, dude.
dying, or like having heart attacks and weird shit like that.
Yeah, dude. Basically, it's drinking like liquor and fucking energy drinks together.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Like when you do a fucking because my drink of choice back then was fucking Jaeger bombs, and that shit fucks you up, man. I'm not gonna lie, that shit was horrible.
Hmm.
Not the best hangovers. Not the best hangovers.
So
But
I just realized we've been talking for over 45 minutes about nothing. And we literally talked earlier about how we were going to like pick a topic.
going, yeah. No, I mean, but hey, podcast,
It's
podcasting.
unpredictable. Who knows?
It's the freedom of talking about whatever you want. We can talk about you know little fucking pig drill dicks. Have you seen that?
What?
You never seen that?
Like pigtails?
No, it's a pig, like pigs' dicks, bro. I don't know where this shit for me, it came out of left field. Like somebody posted it on Facebook, and it's all of a sudden it's like one of those fucking viral videos now of
Ugh.
a fucking pig just sitting there with his little dick hanging out, but it looks like a fucking crooked wizard's wand.
Yeah, I think their dicks are like twirly or something. Like it
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
looks like their
yeah,
tails too.
yeah. So we were at work and they showed me that shit, and I sat there going like, "Fuck, man." Now not only do I have to deal with looking at fucking midget wrestling and midget monster truck racing on YouTube, now that shit pops out of my feed now. People just taking videos of fucking pig's dick, and that's because I gave my brother the phone, and he said, "Look at this shit. This shit's fucking crazy." I'm like, "What's so crazy about a pig's dick?" And I saw it. I'm like, "Oh, that's fucking weird." But now, like like the suggestion on YouTube, they have like, "Oh, you may like this," or "What's hot on the internet," and it's fucking pig's dick, and I don't know how
Pig
to take that shit
sticks.
off. I
Oh,
honestly don't know how to take that shit off, man, because it's annoying. I'm not into pig dicks.
yeah. Just wanted to lay that out straight right now,
Yeah, no pig
officially.
dicks. I'm not into that animal fucking shit. I'm not from Arkansas. I'm not from Alabama. I don't I don't be fucking, chickens and goats. I'm not from fucking where is it that they fuck goats at?
The Middle East.
In the Middle East, fucking goats. I don't do any of that fucking dumb shit. You know, I only fuck one thing and one thing only, myself.
Yeah.
Just kidding, my wife. But other than that,
And
yeah,
and like 90% yourself.
yeah, my hand, Pamela,
Palmella, yeah.
Pamela Anderson. She's fucking
Yeah.
hot. She's always there for me. But so let's get into our topic here.
I don't know if I want to use like editing magic and like move the actual topic to like the front of our
Nah,
podcasts.
nah, nah. You don't have to do shit. This is fucking raw. This shit's raw, bro.
But our
Unfiltered.
topic might just be 45 minutes long though. That's the problem.
No, it won't. It won't because it's plain and simple. Because first of all, I don't give a fuck. Flat earthers are fucking retarded. Earth is fucking round. There's no way. Okay, like
Okay,
I
so let me set it up. Let me set it up.
okay, set it up because
Okay, we're going to be talking about flat earth theory, and I came across a video. I don't know how. It just popped up like you said on like your news like my news feed or whatever on YouTube.
mhm.
And I was like, all right, let me check this out. Something about like flat Earth or whatever. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, I don't, I believe we went to the moon. I don't believe we, I don't believe well, I do believe the Earth is round, all this stuff. But listening to this interview, it's like a podcast
Mhm.
interview that it's on YouTube. They put like video in the background and stuff. And I'll listen to this YouTube guy or this podcast guy, and I'm like, this shit is changing my mind. Like, have I gone full retard yet? Like, I was like, this guy's makes some really good, um, like observations, and then he starts busting out the math, and I'm like, oh shit, he's using math. It must be true, you know. And
That's like turning the gun sideways.
yeah, basically, it's a kill shot. Cause I'm like, okay, I don't believe in this shit, but I'll listen to it anyways. It sounds interesting. I think it's like an hour long YouTube or yeah YouTube podcast video. I'll post a
Here,
link on it on the Twitter or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I was gonna say that too. We can just post the link up there so you
Yeah,
guys can take a gander at it. But I didn't get a chance to watch the video because it's like an hour long.
yeah,
But he does talk about like how the way trains are built, like they're not supposed to operate if the Earth is round or some shit like that. And Neil Grassy, what's his name? Neil
Neil deGrasse
Tyson.
Tyson. Yeah,
Yeah, Neil deGrasse. I always fuck his name up. But he's talking about
everybody's
like the
everybody's
fucking
lovable black man,
yeah, one of the coolest black men.
I
He's
guess.
fucking fun. He's fun. I like him. He's smart. He
He
ain't
gets that. He
stupid.
he definitely he pulls pussy. I'll tell you that. He yanks it. He gets that nerd puss.
Smart pussy.
Yeah.
But but yeah, they make some good. I heard a couple of the points the guy made. It sounds interesting, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, there's so many videos too on YouTube where they even contradict themselves. Like like literally, you put flat earthers, and the first shit that pops up is flat earthers prove the Earth is round.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I think the bad part is I think a lot of flat earthers who've come like forward or the most vocal are tend to be like the dumbest or they haven't really like done the research. Where this guy is like mocking, NASA for using math that doesn't work correctly because he went back and did the math and it doesn't make sense. And he's like, yeah, like how is this supposed to work? NASA got it wrong. NASA even said they got it wrong, but then they didn't come
hmm,
up with like a true solution yet. And so like one of his things was lighthouses. Like
uh-huh.
lighthouses, they're above or below sea level, and then there's the ocean, and so if you're on the ocean and you're a certain distance away, and he even calculated, he said like up to like at like 100 something miles distance or something like that. I don't really remember the real like numbers, but at 100 miles away, you shouldn't be able to see something that far away because either A, the curvature of the earth, and B, the rise and fall of the sea levels. So you might be at 100 feet above sea level, and 100 miles away they might be 50 feet below sea level, and you should not be able to see them. But he was saying, these lighthouses, the ships say they can see them way deep out in the ocean, like way far out there. And same thing with the lighthouse. Lighthouse can see the ships way far out there. The ships dip away and come back, but then that's more the distance with the sides of the waves that are coming towards the lighthouse, but they could
Yeah.
still see the ship out there. But at that distance, they shouldn't be able to, because technically they should be like on the other side of the curve of the Earth. And then he was talking about how
Yeah, but not at 100 miles away, though.
well, like, but like at a
I don't
certain
think that's
distance, like,
enough. Yeah.
but you should be able to see some sort of a difference. And then he was talking about even that guy that jumped out of that did that high orbit parachuting.
Uh-huh.
And they're saying like if you look at some of the footage, you'll notice some of the cameras have like that wall eye thing, the fisheye effect
Yeah.
on the camera, so they could see more. And then it shows like, oh, okay, like there's the curve of the Earth. But then like there's shots from like inside his cockpit and then from his like shoulder cam or something like that it's not a fisheye. And he does like a 360 look around, and all you see is the horizon forever. That's all you see. It doesn't look round. It just looks completely flat, and he could see for freaking forever. And he just kept coming up with those kind of things. There was the thing about Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I guess the video looks like it's from the 90s, but it might be early 2000s, where deGrasse Tyson says, "Oh, we've just learned that the Earth isn't actually a sphere; it's more pear-shaped, like it's rounder at the equator, but then it's
It's
also
wider.
yeah, it's well, it's
Yeah.
it's wider at the equator, and then it's also wider a little farther down south. So the Earth is more pear-shaped." And then because the early segment he's talking about was NASA and how all the Apollo pictures from NASA are like doctored, and
Huh.
how it shows the Earth being like a perfect like circle. It shows the Earth being like a perfect sphere. But then here's Neil deGrasse Tyson, everyone's lovable black man, and he's saying no, the Earth is pear shaped, and they've recently discovered the Earth is pear shaped. So then who's lying? Is NASA lying because they have pictures of the Earth being a perfect circle? Or is Neil deGrasse Tyson coming up with some kind of weird, funky ass theory where the Earth is actually pear shaped? Because then, if the Earth was pear shaped, we would have seen that in the NASA photos.
Yeah.
And then he even talks more about NASA because all NASA images actually have to be either CGI rendered, or they have to at least be put through some kind of like Photoshop, because the data they receive from the images and from the satellites and stuff like that, they
Yeah.
come in long strips, and sometimes it misses sections, and like a section that they miss is like hundreds of miles of ground, maybe hundreds of thousands of square miles. And so they actually have to have an artist come in, or a graphics artist come in and render the pictures, and kind of like whatever their design is of the Earth. And
Huh.
it's the same thing of like with the Hubble telescopes and stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, the Hubble sends us amazing CGI pictures of the universe. Like there's these perfect, beautiful, rendered photos, and then like supposedly like that's their like so NASA knows that they're sending out like doctored photos, but their excuse is that they have to be photoshopped because we have to put them together, because the way the pictures are taken, they're taken in strips. And so those strips have to be put together in Photoshop, and then they could produce them. Well, then what prevents them from photoshopping them even more, So it's kind of weird. Like, so it's like as I watched this, I was like, yeah, I don't believe in this shit. But as the more I watched it, I was like, damn, this guy is actually like pretty believable, and it's really jacking up in my head. And then he talks about the couple of crusades, or not crusades, but like expeditions that have gone to like the South Pole.
Yeah.
And he said like some of the accounts they have are really weird. Like as soon as they got to what they thought was like the South Pole, it was just this huge ice wall. And then they were trying to like circumnavigate the ice wall to find us like a decent landing spot. And it took them, I can't remember the expedition. Um, I can't remember the name of it now, but he said it took them over 3 years to circumnavigate the like the ice wall. And so what he's saying is, they made it seem like they were going around a body of like an island basically, or body of ice. But from what we understand of how big the Antarctica should be, it shouldn't have taken them 3 years to do it. So what he thinks is
Well,
they were actually
well,
on the
because
edge of the Earth, going all the way around this ice wall, trying to find an entrance, and they never could. And it took them 3 years to go around the whole Earth, basically.
but what year this happened?
This is probably like the 1800s, maybe.
Well, you got to understand too. From that, they didn't have the technology we have now, dude.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but
like
it still
if
shouldn't
they
have
really,
taken them that long, though. Like it really shouldn't
mm,
have.
well, they
Look
should have been
in the
dead by
Discord.
then.
Like I posted a bunch of pictures in Discord.
Yeah.
So like the very top picture, that's what they think the Earth looks like. Like it's just a flat disc. That's where everything's at. And then
Hmm.
this white section around the edge, that is the ice wall that keeps the oceans in. And so what the
Okay.
guy was saying
Okay.
was, instead of them
So
going
what
to
the
like a
fuck is?
body of like an island, like he wanted to say body of water, but going to like a gigantic Antarctic island, circumnavigating around that they are
Yeah.
actually going around the edge of the flat Earth, and that's why they're never able to like find like basically like find an end to it.
Okay. So then, what the fuck is on the other side of the Earth then? If it's flat.
Nothing apparently. And I try to like look it up, like what people thought, and it actually like flat earthers actually go pretty biblical. Like, there's like supposedly the Bible says like, how the earth is shaped and what it looks like and stuff like that. And people interpret it as like, okay, well that's kind of proof for a flat earth theory. And so it's like if so I don't know if like most flat earthers are like really like strange Christians or something like that. I'm not
Hmm.
100% sure,
Well,
but
Christians are strange in general. Do go on.
yeah, but yeah, it's just like that's where it comes from. That the flat Earth is God's creation. It's the perfect creation, um, and that like it proves that God exists and it proves that we have a purpose in life. And then they're saying something like, let's see if I can find the picture. I'll send it. But they're basically saying like, you know, uh, the sphere stands for like you know, anti-science and anti-religion and pro-atheism, and that basically the devil
Jesus.
is tricking everybody into believing that the Earth is round. And then his big theory was that the Jesuits, and the Catholic Church is all involved in this cover-up to tell people that the Earth is round instead of flat.
But why?
I don't know. I mean, I guess like I said, I guess it's like if you control the single greatest conspiracy in the world, you can control everybody. Like, what if it came out somehow that like, oh, you know, the Earth is not actually a sphere; it's flat. Like that would just like destroy. That would literally destroy lives. Like people
Really?
wouldn't.
I
Yeah.
probably wouldn't give two shits.
Well, I mean, because like it falls for everything, like climate change, how we travel, how like cosmic radiation works. Like everybody, all the science in the world would have to like redo itself, basically. All the mathematics in the world would have to redo itself.
Well,
Gravity
what?
itself would be like on trial at that point.
Yeah, but if everything's working fine and your science is going to according how we live, like, or I don't know how to phrase it. I don't know how to fucking phrase that, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, what difference would it? Why would they have to rearrange everything if they found out the Earth is flat? Because everything's working fine.
Well, because
Like,
math and
let's say the
science wouldn't work at that point.
okay, but listen, if the Earth is already flat, supposedly, let's say the Earth is flat, right?
Hmm.
But they're using mathematical equations and they're using all this other shit, and it's working while the Earth is flat. Why the fuck would they have to change it?
Well, it's only working because we believe the Earth is flat. So now, or no, that the Earth is a sphere. But if all of a sudden you said no, the Earth is not a sphere, the Earth is flat, then basically you'd have to change all the math. The math wouldn't add up anymore.
For what though? What the fuck is that gonna do for me? Is that gonna cause me not to go to work on time or what?
No, I mean it'd be normal, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
everyone
like I don't
else
know
would
why they
be
make a big deal about it.
tripping out.
If your math for round Earth is working for flat Earth, then just switch it to flat Earth math. End of story.
And then there's the
Like
well,
you,
there's
you get what
more
I'm
to it.
saying, right?
Yeah. But I'm saying I mean, it's not going to affect you, but that's not the point, though. The point is that it's going to affect all science at that point. Because, like, if we, if we're saying, okay, Earth is this size and it moves this quickly and then it does this and that, well, then all that goes out the window. And then we have to realize, like, okay, well, now what new math is going to replace all that? Because that's used for, GPS stuff and all that.
Just leave it the way it is, man. If the Earth is flat, but all your shit's still working fine, just leave it as is. Just like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to like always remember the Earth is flat. Like, I don't like. I know what you're saying. Like, there's, they've when it comes to like gravity and like all this other shit and sending, satellites in outer space, like there is math that they use to coordinate with that shit. But like if the Earth was flat this whole time, why would you need to fucking rearrange math or rearrange science in general? It's working fine. You just didn't know
Because
the Earth was
because
flat.
well, no, because the basis for it doesn't work anymore. So if you think there's a curvature to the Earth and you come up with a mathematical equation to figure it out, but then the math, like for whatever reason, doesn't work, but you have the equation because someone told you, oh yeah, that works, it works fine. But then you find out it's flat, then your math is bullshit. Like, then you need to come up with a new mathematical equation. And or, to be honest, with the Earth being flat, it make math a lot more easier. Our distances and our how we measure things would be a lot different as well.
Mm. But you would think that somebody flew around the world and saw the edge by now.
Well, see, now what
'Cause
someone was saying is,
we got
yes.
planes flying everywhere.
So supposedly the way the planes do it, because even in planes, it's like the pilots, they're like, oh, they just go to the art, on the plane, they go to the artificial horizon on their instrument panel, and then that's it. Someone was
Hmm.
saying if the Earth was really a sphere, then planes at 600 miles an hour or 400 miles an hour, whatever the cruising altitude speed of planes are,
Yeah,
they would have to drop 5,000 feet every 30 minutes if the Earth was a sphere.
or else they'll just shoot out.
Right.
Huh?
Yeah. And then people are saying too that planes, because planes have really weird flight patterns, and they say like, oh well, it's because they don't want to go over like heavily populated areas, things like that.
Yeah,
Well, if you look at that first photo, you see like those circles that are going around.
yeah,
People are saying that what planes actually do is they go into one of these circles, and then they follow the circle all the way around to where they need to go. So the planes aren't actually going in a straight line anywhere. They're actually going in a very large arcing circle, which is true because that's how the flight paths are.
yeah. Oh, they don't fucking crash into each other every 5 minutes.
Right. So if you're going to go from Los Angeles to like Britain, you're not going to fly a straight line over to Britain. You're actually going to fly a huge like circle around to Britain.
Hmm.
And then they're talking about I don't really know how to interpret this picture. It's like the third one down where it shows like the flat Earth on the right, and then it shows the spherical Earth on the left.
Yeah,
And it says hundreds of flights every day that make fuel stops that make no sense on a globe. So they go from like Australia to, I think that's supposed to be Russia, to South Africa and back to Australia. And it's like a huge pattern. That's how they fill the fuel up. But if you look over at like the flat Earth thing, it shows
hmm,
it's really of like a quicker way.
hmm.
And then like from Santiago, Chile to South Africa to like North Africa, And then you look to that to the right, you see like, oh, okay, like they're actually going in kind of like a straight line. Like even though the flight pattern makes it look really weird, like they're doing this really weird arcing like pattern. But if you look at it on the flat Earth, they're actually going like as the bird flies, basically, or as the crow
Yeah.
flies.
Huh.
So it's kind of weird. And then, like I said, it falls back onto suppose like the Freemasons were the ones that kind of like are the way the guy said it was the Freemasons are like the foot soldiers of the conspiracy. So they're the ones that make sure that people stay in line with the conspiracy. And I don't
Yeah.
remember who he said was the top dog. He said it went so far as like the Jesuits and the Vatican.
The Illuminati, pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
And then if you look at the second picture, it's a map of the flat Earth, and it's cut up into like 33 sections, or there's 33 like slices in the cake, basically. And they're saying like with the Freemasons, the number 33 is like a real big like spiritual number, and that supposedly they're the ones that kind of made this sort of map. But then you look to your right, and it's the exact same map of our United Nations symbol. So it's almost one of those like things like in Colorado where they put like the murals and stuff of people
Yeah.
dying and the world ending and stuff like that. It's like they want to just throw it in your face, but call it art, but they're basically like desensitizing you. So you look at the flat Earth model, and then you look over to the freaking UN symbol, and it's the same damn picture. So it's like they're just throwing it in our face, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, I don't know. I've gone full retard on this. It's like I think I might become a flat earther. I don't know.
I think it's changing my opinion.
Yeah,
Not only
exactly.
flat earthers aren't retarded anymore; they're just fucking idiots. I'm just kidding. No, there's some good points. Some good points. I'm not gonna
I mean,
lie.
it
Making me
could just
question a
all
little
be
bit,
like
but
crazy coincidences,
yeah,
but some of the stuff he says is like I'm like, damn, he's kind of true. Like when he talked about the planes having to like dip down, I was like,
yeah,
he's kind of right. If the Earth was a sphere and you just kept going on the same path and weren't like correcting yourself, you would just kind of like sort of like fly out of the atmosphere.
yeah.
But then
But
they're
I
trying to
think
tell you like
you're
in order
just
to fly out of the atmosphere, you have to go straight up. But in a sphere, you would just have to go sideways.
yeah.
Oh, and the other big thing he was talking about was the Earth doesn't really rotate, right? So flat Earth
Hmm.
doesn't rotate. But we're supposed to believe that a sphere of our Earth is rotating at 1,000 miles per minute or 1,000 miles an hour or something like that. But any kind of like mission outside of Earth, they've never turned around and go, "Oh wow, look at the Earth! It's spinning super fast."
Yeah,
Like how far would you have
that's
to go to turn around and look back at the Earth and see it
and
spinning
see it
super
actually
fast?
spinning super fast. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Huh.
supposedly we're spinning at 1,000 miles per hour. So how is it that we're you know like if you're up in the satellite of love up there and looking down on Earth and you're like, oh shit, look how fast it's going. Like it's
Fuck.
really
It's like,
it's
oh
really picking
shit.
up right now. But it's not. We're still moving super freaking slow. So how does that translate? And then we have a 24-hour day. So I mean, 24-hour days. So how is it that they're still tracking the 24-hour days from outer space when supposedly everything's moving at 1,000 miles an hour?
iPhones.
iPhones, yeah.
No, you have a good point there too, man. But fuck. Now I'm starting to question myself.
Exactly. This is how I've been
It's weird.
feeling all
Yeah.
day. Like I just haven't. I don't think I finished
I'm
watching
not.
all the way
I'm not.
through.
I'm not gonna admit that the Earth is flat because there's still other points. Like for example, like the Earth's core. Like
Okay.
you
He
need
has
to.
a thing for that too.
Oh God, this mother. I have to watch that video, man. I only saw. I didn't have time to watch it earlier, but tomorrow
He
I'll take the
said
time to
he
watch
said
it.
the deepest we've ever dug is 8 miles deep, and we've never gone farther than that, and it took them almost 30 years to do it.
Holy shit! 8 miles deep.
Yeah, and they
Wait
still
a minute.
like didn't uncover
How,
everything,
how far
anything.
did fucking Elon Musk dig?
I
Or
don't.
what?
Have
How
you
far is he
digged?
trying to? He did like a test a test dig, so he can show because remember he's trying to get that the underground freeway set up here
Huh.
to replace kind of like to go underneath the 405.
Well,
So
I
they
think
want to
he's
dig a.
probably doing like ground penetrating radar or something. I don't know if he actually dug deep, but I mean, even then, you wouldn't have to dig that deep.
Hmm.
You wouldn't have to dig like a mile deep to put an underground freeway or whatever. But I mean, they've only been able to go 8 miles deep, and that's it. So you're kind
God
of like,
damn.
huh, okay. And
Because
then
all that fucking that volcanic activity, all that shit that's coming out of those volcanoes, it has to come from somewhere. You know,
yeah,
it has to come from the core. Like all that shit's being pushed out from the Earth's core to the surface.
but what if the Earth
Am I
doesn't
right?
like have a core?
So so what's making magma? What's making lava?
Well, who says there's
What's
not just like a big pool of magma or lava or whatever underneath us? The tectonic plates are constantly shifting and causing friction, and that's where we're getting, you know, heat and magma and all that stuff. And then where is it? I think is it the last picture? No, the second to no. What the fuck is it?
yeah, the last picture you have fucking
No, it's another picture.
NASA, the
Yeah,
Masons, planets and satellites and yin yang twins and fucking Pirates of the Caribbean and fucking who's this over here? Fucking
that's like
the
Saturn
Star
and
Wars logo. Fucking Illuminati or is it NASA lies?
there's this one. I don't really follow it. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay, I can already tell there's too much shit going on in this picture.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like ignore the whole top part because the top part's talking about like if you dig through the earth, like they say that as you dig through the earth, somehow you'd flip upside down, so you'd be right side up on the other side. Well, they're saying no,
Hmm.
that's bullshit. If you dig through the middle of the earth, you'll actually come out feet first. Yeah, I don't know how it's like it's more possible NASA and mainstream theoretical astrophysicists are lying, and the Earth is not a gigantic spinning ball. Because if you dig a hole straight through the Earth, would you come out feet first on the other side? It says mainstream pseudoscience wants you to believe that somewhere in the middle you will magically flip and come out standing right side up on the bottom of a ball. But
Hmm.
what I want you to look at though is the azimuthal equid equid
Azimuthal
equidistant map.
equidistant. Yeah.
So this was used for navigation before GPS came along. So this is a map of flat Earth
Huh.
and how it should look. So it's like UN official logo, looks like the flat Earth. This map that people have been using for hundreds of years to navigate around the world, flat Earth. But the actual flat Earth theory is not acceptable. So it's kind
Hmm.
of odd. It's kind of
Fuck.
weird.
Now you kind of just fucked with my head now.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. Because you're right about that, dude. Like if you were to dig straight down from, let's say, from the north to south, let's say, for example, yeah, like where the fuck would you flip? Yeah, I can't even wrap my head around that now. I never thought of that either. Because I was in cartoons, I always like remember watching like motherfuckers dig down, or like Bugs Bunny would dig straight down and he'll end up in Australia, but upside down, and then the camera flips over.
Yeah. And he's like right
But
side up automatically.
yeah, but like fuck, in real life, if you were to dig down, where the fuck does your what do they call it? Your orientation? Where the fuck does it flip on you for you to fucking land right? Because yeah, you would have to keep digging straight down to reach the bottom.
Right. So would you come out feet first, or would you somehow flip in the middle of the planet and then come up digging straight up? I guess you would be digging straight up.
Yeah, that's weird, man. I never thought of that either. Because once, like for example, if there was a core, if there, like, if let's say Earth is round, you dig straight down, you'll hit the core. and you'll just fucking fall in and die. There's no you going through the core to get to the other side. You do that, if anybody was to ever fucking drill a big ass hole to test that theory, they're gonna fucking blow the earth up, I think. Because you'll just fucking cause all kinds of like pressure release. And it'll just cause all kinds of fucking mayhem, I think. Because
Right. It's like,
the Earth's core is contained for a reason. It's not,
well, it's supposed to be like, it's a iron core that also spins in the center of the Earth, which supposedly is what actually gives us gravity or some crazy shit like that.
or it makes the Earth move or
Yeah,
spin.
like it
What was that?
spins and then it gets
What was that one movie? Oh, my bad.
the
But what was
core.
that one movie? There we go.
Yeah. So basically, like the core of the Earth is the engine of the Earth, and as it
Hmm.
spins, then the Earth outside spins, but just a lot slower. So it's almost like a cog.
Hmm.
But so I posted this last picture. This is the one I was telling you about. How it's like how the way to describe it. So it's like the globe, the foundation for evolution, the Big Bang, atheism, alien seeding, paganism, the occult, the New World Order, and satanic world control. The flat Earth, described in the
Fuck, they
Bible.
went deep.
Yeah, described in the Bible, validates the Bible, scientifically proven, points to God alone as creator, and blows Satan's deceptions wide open. Now do you see why they are lying?
Oh Jesus, this has to be some fucking whack job from a Baptist church.
I don't know.
Fuck, this is too much. Oh
But I mean,
man.
that was one of the things I
So
read, and I was like, that's
so
interesting.
basically, you're telling me when the asteroid hit Earth all those years ago, when the dinosaurs were still fucking around, you think it flipped like a coin and just tossed all the dinosaurs into outer space?
Shit, I don't know, maybe. Maybe that's the first time the flat Earth like tilted or something, and it just kind of just shook everything like a big etch a sketch.
Jesus.
That makes sense.
Man, you know who can find out if
Hmm.
that shit's real or not? If we had an actual Superman.
Yeah.
Because you would just have to fly around and you'll tell right off the bat.
And then another thing he's talking about too was, I guess, people try to do private expeditions to either the Antarctica or the Arctic. I can't remember which one he was talking
Hmm.
about, but he said, usually they get stopped by the military with guns pointing at them, telling them to turn around. So you can't take like a private expedition up there because supposedly it'll prove that the Earth is flat. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I didn't believe it, and then I watched this freaking interview, and I was like, okay, it has me second guessing everything now.
Fuck, man, I wish I was high for this.
Yeah, yeah,
This is crazy. Now,
yeah.
now I'm starting to. I mean, I still don't believe it, but it does raise some eyebrows. Like,
Oh yeah. And like I said, the biggest one was the one where we know NASA is doctoring photos, and then to prove everybody the Earth was round. Now all of a sudden we have these like round pictures of Earth, but then give or take 60 years, we have the top scientists saying no, the Earth isn't actually round; it's pear shaped. But it's not pear shaped when they took pictures of it, in outer
yeah.
space, which then makes the moon landing a lie too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe just the Transformers don't want us to know the truth, man. Those fuckers are up there in the moon getting ready to attack Earth.
Ah, damn, there's
The
even a
fucking.
one where he was talking about how, like, when the sun, because technically the sun's going farther away from us when it sets, but if you
Yeah.
actually take pictures of it in sequence setting, the sun actually never gets smaller. So it stays the
Well,
same size as it's supposedly going farther away from us to
yeah,
set.
because we're just spinning. We're not going farther from it. We're just rotating around it.
Technically, we are going farther because as we're rotating away, we're getting farther away from it. Plus the Earth, evolves around the sun. That was the other thing I think they're trying to prove.
Hmm.
And then I think one of the things they're saying is that actually the moon and the sun are actually the same size in the sky. It's just, they evolve around us on like a elliptical plane.
Huh.
I don't know, man. Pretty fucking crazy.
Fucking lizard people, man, I tell you.
We're getting too close to the truth.
Fuck. They're gonna shut us down any minute
Probably.
now. We're gonna get
I don't
that
think.
phone call. Like,
I think they're gonna be like, "Damn, these guys are right." It's like, how many followers I have? Oh, like this one guy. Oh, okay.
yeah,
I think we're safe. I think we're
yeah,
safe.
we're good. Nobody's listening to these guys.
Yeah, but you should be, but you're not.
You know, you're missing out. You
Yeah.
guys are missing out. Missing out. So yeah,
Well, what
that's a little
did you
interesting.
did you like pull anything up to like disprove the flat Earth thing?
No, just by common sense, dude.
Yeah,
Like
but
I
I mean,
just,
even
you
common
know,
sense needs to have like some kind of
mm,
factual data behind it.
well, my main thing is like, look, man, if the Earth was really flat, like we're flying all these planes around. We're flying a lot. You know, there's planes everywhere. Like somebody would have seen something by now. Especially when you're going on a fucking like on a cargo boat or like those big old fucking boats that bring shipments in from other countries. Like
Right.
all of them, they would have had to seen something. But somebody by now would have went over the edge.
Well, I mean, one of the things he was saying is that we've been brainwashed to tell our own brains that what we're seeing is a lie, and we're not actually like looking with our eyes. We're interpreting it through what we've been taught.
Or
And then the,
maybe our
and
fucking
the
eyes can't comprehend it.
yeah, but then the
Right?
other thing was he was even talking about like how come world leaders are like going out of their way to like make flat Earth stuff like a joke. And then he showed where like Obama had like 4 or 5 different speeches. And then
Yeah.
Obama kept mentioning, "Oh yeah, yeah, I can't be a flat earther. I can't be questioning, you know, everything science taught me." And I'm like, and they're like, it's weird because he was talking about the economy, and it's like he just happens to bring up this weird flat Earth thing, and then every time he did, it was like really discouraging and talking about like how stupid the flat Earth people are and stuff like that. He's like, it's just like more disinformation.
Hmm.
Make flat Earth a big joke, and then no one's really gonna look into it. No one's gonna follow the science behind it because they're gonna get just like laughed out of academia or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, holy shit, we're getting too close.
Dude, I just got a text from the FBI right now. They're telling us to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Hmm.
shut this shit down.
Shut you. You ever seen those pictures where like somebody says something really stupid, but it kind of makes sense, and then the FBI texts them going, "Stay right where the fuck you're at."
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man, that is pretty interesting, man. I never looked at it like that. Like, I'll watch that video, but I'm afraid I'm just gonna start believing the Earth is flat now.
I know.
Like,
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
fuck.
it's tripping me out. I mean, this guy's got some good. He's got the math. He's got some good ideas. He's got theories. He's got stuff that's been tested out. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, it could just be just like this huge coincidence that he just, happens to have a pretty solid packed theory. But, of course, I've been taught all these years that the Earth is a sphere, but then now I'm being told it's pear shaped. It's like I don't know what to believe anymore.
yeah. It's getting out of control. We need the truth.
I think so.
Yeah, we need the truth, man. Well, we ain't gonna give it to you because we don't. I don't know jack shit personally, but yeah, it's pretty interesting, man. I never thought of it like that. I never thought
Yeah,
of it like that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's
I'm
too
just
freaky.
curious. I'm just still tripping out how we've been on this earth for so long with all the technology that we have, and we still like by now, like I said, by now we somebody should have like got to the edge of the earth.
Well, see, that tripped me out too, because even
You know,
Neil deGrasse
is it?
Tyson, he was like, "Oh, we've recently," and like I said, this video was from like probably 2000 something. He's like, "Oh, we
Mhm.
recently figured out that the Earth is pear shaped." Like, how did you just recently figure that out? If for like the last 200 years we've been telling everybody it's a sphere.
Yeah. I don't know,
So
man. So, yeah, something's up. Something fishy's up.
yeah,
But
I mean,
but But for
Who's
them
lying
to
to
be
me though?
like,
That's I don't know. I want to
yeah,
know.
but for them to make a big deal about the Earth being flat, I'm like, man, there's something more to it. Because they're trying really hard to convince us that the Earth is round.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fucking weird. I find that a little strange.
Well, that's all I had for my little conspiracy deal. Did you have anything for story time?
Um, hmm. Do I? Do I? I don't think I do, man.
You just don't have one in the chamber, or just
I'm not high enough to tell stories, man. I can't remember anything.
yeah.
Um,
I don't really have anything either.
nothing that pops to mind. That's maybe I'll think of something. Maybe I'll like remember something during the week, but with me, it's random.
Yeah. I mean I have stuff, but I don't know if I want to get into it.
Yeah, we kind of rambled on about rich people today, how
Well,
they
I don't
don't
like.
spank their kids.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh man, but what I do want to do later on down the road, actually, I don't know how soon, but fucking start streaming our when we do our video gaming because
Yeah.
we are big gamers. We do play a lot of the battle royale games and stuff like that. I play random games too, but the one we get on the most is like the battle royale. But the only problem I have with that is that like I'm not gonna tell people in our group. I'm not gonna tell our crew like, hey, you need to keep it PG, man,
Well, no, I mean,
because
yeah, I'm not worried about that, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
should we just stream the whole crew playing, or should we just like play
I
by
mean it can be it can
ourselves?
it can be it can be random for like the YouTube channel. I feel like for the YouTube channel, I feel like I'll do like little montage videos of us fucking around. But when we do our actual stream, I kind of want to incorporate the crew, man, because we play squad on PUBG.
Hmm.
So I kind of want to throw that in there, but you know how it gets sometimes. Like there's no filter
Yeah, and that's
on
fine. I mean, who cares?
yeah. Well, you get flagged and then you get fucking booted, whatever service you're using. Like you heard recently, right, about what's his Doctor Disrespect,
Yeah, but I mean, he was going into like bathrooms and
the
kicking
bathrooms and
doors in and
stuff.
stuff. Yeah, I mean,
But there's also other streamers too. Like Twitch finds the littlest things to fucking get you on, to fucking ban you,
I always thought it was like
or
as long as you
YouTube
didn't get
too.
any
They
kind of
monetize the shit out of you.
complaints. Yeah, I thought it was
Oh
just like
yeah,
as
but
long as you didn't get any complaints, or as long as you didn't do like excessive like nude stuff and
yeah. Oh no, we're not doing anything with nudity or anything like that. It's just there's times too. Like there's other people on the chat too. They'll just go off on some crazy shit, and it's shit like that's gonna get us flagged big time. And I know it for a fact. And it sucks because like we live in a country where freedom of speech is like everyone uses that. Everyone goes, "Oh, freedom of speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want." But the minute you make like you know, let's say I'm making fun of like an Asian person, fuck, I'm fucked. They're gonna
why?
fucking throw flag. Well, because that's how they are, dude. And it's not even that
But
they're
remember,
right.
Asians are the wrong minority.
Yeah,
They might as well be white people.
the smart white people.
Hmm.
Or let's say like for example, if somebody uses the N word, you know, on YouTube, they'll just flag you instantly. There's always somebody on the internet, and it sucks. I'm not saying that. Oh yeah, we need to bring back the N word. No, fucking keep that shit over there. But it's just that YouTube now they have like some weird fucked up policies, dude, and they have like an AI pretty much monetizing
Yeah.
everybody's videos. And if somebody puts like a complaint, like, oh, I heard somebody use the N word on that, they'll fucking flag you and they'll fucking shut down your channel until you resolve it. And if
Right.
they feel like you're guilty, they just completely yank your channel out. And it sucks because it's No, we can't really, because especially a lot of people in our crew, they're fucking vulgar. But I mean, I don't think the cussing is the issue. I think is that like the topics that we bring up is gonna get us flagged, and it sucks because I really like, you know, we shouldn't be censored in that way, but it's the way that YouTube runs their shit now. They leave it all to a computer. The computer just boom. Nope. He said titty fuck. Let's fucking flag his video.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
don't know.
mean? Because
I mean,
I've
we can
seen
always
I've
just
I've
see
seen a
what
lot of
how it
people deal with that
works, I
shit.
guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I really couldn't care less. I mean,
Yeah. I don't.
I think visually they can bust you, but like maybe hearing it, I
But
don't think they can really.
yeah. Yeah. I guess so. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how we handle that. But yeah, I want to venture off into like streaming. Like us playing, battle royale games or just fucking around in random games and stuff like that, having fun. I want to do
Yeah,
that like on YouTube and Twitch. You know,
I'm not really 100% sure how to live stream on Twitch. I know you've done the YouTube stuff.
I have a Twitch account too,
I
but
actually
if
made
it's gonna be
a
for,
YouTube account for Bunk Buddies though.
oh, okay,
So if we want to put
yeah,
like, but damn, that's like gonna be a lot of video editing too. If we want to just do like, oh, funny moments with us screwing around,
yeah,
and you
and
take
and
like an
what's good,
hour
and
and edit it down to like 10 minutes.
you see, I have the software for all that too, so it could happen because the I have the Elgato video recorder thingamajiggy, whatever that thing's called.
Right,
Basically, it records to uh from console to the computer. Is basically what it is. It's like a little video capture card.
right, yeah, I know it is.
But yeah. But other than that, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. As we pick up momentum, of course, we'll venture off into new avenues. Streaming. Maybe we'll do like live podcasts too.
Yeah, send us money. We'll talk about
Yeah.
whatever you want us to talk about.
I want to
I
talk
keep
about.
wondering if we shouldn't make like a PO box and have people just send us cool stuff.
Hmm,
Like send us
we'll get
some
some.
flat
We'll
Earth
get some.
globes.
We're gonna get some weird shit, man. I wouldn't be surprised if we get vibrators, dildos, fucking
Well, you keep bringing them up.
yes. Send us fleshlights,
Ugh.
please.
I want one of those Japanese ones.
Which ones? The ones
I
that
think
go
they're no, I think
make
they're
noises
like
and shit.
they actually like manufactured. I'm not gonna get into it. Forget what I said.
Nope, nope. We can't drop it now.
No, yeah, yeah, we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All right. You're gonna leave everybody in suspense.
yeah.
What if somebody wants to buy one?
Just look up Japanese weird stuff and you'll find it. You might not know what I'm talking about, but you'll find it for sure. I bet you.
No, it's there. If it's in Japan, it's there, guaranteed. If it's weird, they have it. With little tentacle porns and shit. Fucking weirdos. They just get off on weird shit, man. They be getting
Oy.
off on some weird shit over there.
I should not
Are
have
you
looked
looking
up. I shouldn't have looked up news right now.
at?
Yeah, it's. I don't know if you've heard of this kid. I think his name is like Fantastic Desmond or something creepy like that. He's like, I don't think the kid's gay because he's only like 12, but he's like a drag queen, and he got super famous because he actually went to like the Pride March in San Francisco, and like all these like gay dudes were like fawning over him and throwing him money as he danced and stuff. So the news article says mom of 12-year-old drag queen shocked to find pedophile lusting after her son.
Why the fuck did you send them there then?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. Mayonnaise is too spicy for some white folks, man.
so I
they
gotta put
need to
so I
add a
gotta
little.
put raisins.
They gotta put raisins in the potato salad, man, just to calm it down a little bit. So, yeah, no story for this week. I'll remember something. Look in the photo album, pick a picture, and be like, oh, I know what happened there.
Oh,
There's
his
always
name
something
is
happening in the.
His name is Desmond. Desmond is amazing.
I'm not even gonna look it up, honestly.
Too late. I already posted a picture.
Oh boy, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, people like. I think she came out like in an article a couple months ago where she was like, please stop calling child protection services on me." Like,
Well, if you're sending your kid to fucking get fondled and shit, might as well. He's only 12.
yeah,
I mean,
he's
it's one
like,
thing if your kid feels like he needs to be something else, fine. Let him be fucking something else. Let him do what the fuck he wants. But for you to fucking send him to shit like, man, what are you doing? As a parent, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah, and
But my kid's
unfortunately,
a free spirit. Yeah, let him be a free spirit in your house.
yeah,
Don't fucking send him off to gay pride. He's only 12.
yeah,
I'm not saying that, fucking I don't know, man.
yep,
It's
yep,
he's too
yep,
young to be. Let him experience that shit when he's older. If he fucking feels like he needs to be doing that shit at the age of 21, you know,
great,
do your thing.
yeah.
Good, do your thing.
He's a
Go over
fucking
there.
adult. He can make his own decisions.
Yeah, but for you to fucking let him do that at 12,
Yeah, he probably doesn't even know what the fuck is going on.
I don't know. I don't think either. He just.
He's just getting the attention he's not getting from his mom, or I'm
Hmm.
assuming absentee dad.
Yeah, went to the gas station, never came back.
Yeah, went for cigarettes, never came back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's too young for you to be letting your kid decide to go to fucking events like that.
Well, one of the scary things I've heard recently is that the pedophiles have kind of hijacked the whole LGBT community.
Well, I don't know about that shit. I'm not
Yeah,
into.
I mean that's
I
something
don't.
I've
I don't
heard.
look.
Like
I don't
like
look deep
they're
into that shit.
they're you know they're over sexualizing the LGBT community, and then by proxy they're trying to get children more into it and more desensitized by it.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and then people have come forward being like, yeah, like our message is being hijacked by like evil, immoral people who want to do terrible things to people who don't even have the ability to make decisions for
This,
themselves.
yeah, and their fucking parents are like, oh, if they feel like they need to go do this, and gee golly, go do what you gotta do, son. Like, dude, he's only 12. He's
Yeah,
only fucking 12, and you're sending your kid off to a gay pride. Let him fucking figure that shit out when he turns 21. Like, if at the age of 12 he wants to dress like a girl and he feels different about his, I guess that's when puberty starts hitting.
right.
12,
Yeah,
13.
so you're
So
questioning everything anyways.
yeah, so let him question that shit in the comfort of his own home. Let him figure it out, like, either at school or at home. Don't fucking send him off to an event. Oh man, it's making my head hurt now.
Yeah.
Somebody called child service on this lady.
Well, they
She's
already
not doing a good.
have, and they're not doing anything about it
Oh,
because you know,
like
let's
that's
let
that's
kids be sexual
dangerous.
objects.
Yeah, that's dangerous, man. That's
Oh yeah.
fucking dangerous. Like, let him discover that shit in his home. Don't send him off to big events where, first of all, they're fucking sexually active at these events. And I
Yeah,
can
and that's
and I
that's
can
something else that's new that's been happening a lot lately too.
yeah, because I remember I used to go. I remember I went once with some friends of mine's right here, the one in LA, and it was fun. I mean, like, I got to see like all the weirdos running around acting a mess. But as
Hmm.
long as nobody fuck with me, I'm good, man. Like, I'm not. I have nothing against gay people. They do their thing. You know, so be it. I'm not there to fucking tell them to find Jesus or anything. But if a motherfucker comes up and tries to grab on me, like, then, hey man, yeah, I'm gonna have to kick your ass. Like, I don't do that shit. You know, I like you guys. You guys are cool. You guys are fun. You guys are over the top. But don't fucking touch me, bro. I even had one time, dude. I was going down to the bathroom because we're at this bar. It was like a two-story bar, and the bathroom happens to be there's no bathroom upstairs. It's all downstairs. So I go down there, and there's these couple of these little, these little momos just dancing around, and they stop, and one of them looks at me, snaps his finger, and he goes, "You're not gay." And I'm like,
And you're like shocked, like, oh, What?
Oh,
How
how
dare
dare
you,
you?
sir,
How dare you?
ma'am,
I'm super not gay.
sir?
Zer. Like he's just like, you're not even gay. And I'm like, cool, good to know. I just fucking
Yeah.
kept going to the bathroom. Like it's funny. I went with my wife one year too. We just saw like we're just hanging out, looking at all the little freaks here and there. It's fun.
Okay.
It was fun. And then we saw this one dude wearing a fucking Borat swimsuit. Remember that green swimsuit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this dude was like 500 pounds, and
Ooh,
yeah, it was a sight for sore eyes, bro. Like my eyes were sore, literally,
yeah.
after seeing that shit. It was fun though. It was fun looking at all the little freaks doing their thing.
I was actually visiting San Francisco one time, and we happened to go downtown right when there's like a mini gay pride parade going on,
Oh yeah.
and we saw a lot of assless chaps, a lot of hairy dudes, and one guy on a motorcycle, or not on a motorcycle, on a bike
With no
that
seat.
yeah, with no seat, and he was
Oh
wearing
god.
assless chaps.
Well, man, you gotta get it one way or the other, man.
I guess, but that was yeah. I was like,
That's what
no,
they call
I'm okay.
getting. That's what they call getting fucked on the go.
Yeah, I think so. Huffied. He's getting huffied.
Yeah, when you're getting huffied at 3, but you have to be at work at 5.
Yeah, and you're trying to save the environment.
Oh god. By fucking shitting all over the floor.
Oh,
Eee.
well,
Yeah,
I
that
I
was an
mean,
interesting podcast.
yeah. I mean,
We went from
Jesus.
annoying rich kids not being spanked
Yep.
enough
Yeah.
to flat Earth
Yep. To
to
gay pride
gay dudes sitting on bikes with no seats
bicycles.
on them.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's
just
that's
running the
the freedom
gambit.
of yeah, that's the freedom of podcasting. I love podcasting.
I don't know, man. Do
Talk
you think
about
we should just reel it in? Like, I think if maybe we would just like do the topic, talk about the topic, I think we'd be done in like an hour. Like, we're still hitting like the 145 marks. I think we're about to hit 150 mark.
oh shit.
So we're still doing 2 hour podcast almost.
Okay, well, yeah, we'll find a better format because there's so
Yeah.
much shit to talk about. There's just too much shit to talk about.
Yeah. I think we need to like really like batten down the hatches. Like 10 minutes of intros, 10 minutes of what we found in life, weird stuff, whatever, and then our topic, and then like our story time, and then hopefully that'll be an hour.
Well, why don't we let the listeners decide?
Cause
Cricket, cricket.
yeah, I mean I don't know. Maybe my sister will be like, yeah, you need to like tone it down a bit.
You need to
That'd be.
dumb it down. I'm
I think
tired of
she's our
listening to that
she's our number one
fat fuck on
fan,
the other
so
side.
I'm happy about that.
Yay, number one fan.
Yeah, donate
You
to our
see,
Patreon that I haven't set up
yeah.
yet.
So for
Get
being
get
our number one
exclusive
fan, you get a
content.
nug.
Yeah, get exclusive content that we haven't made yet. Like whatever. Subscribe to us on twitch.tv/prime that we haven't set up yet.
Or subscribe to YouTube/invisible page slash
404
anal
not
beard.
found.
Yeah, 404 not found, or little dinosaur game. That's on Google Chrome, right? When you fucking the page doesn't load, you get to play a little game.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't
We'll
use
find.
Google
We'll
Chrome
work.
because they
We'll
follow
we'll
you.
get better with the format. We'll get
Yeah,
better with the
we
format.
need to. We need to.
Yeah.
We need to wrestle in because it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning for me too.
I know. That's the one thing because he's all the way out on the other side of the world, man, and I'm here in
Oh,
LA just bathing in the sun. It's what time is it over here?
it's
Oh, yeah,
one, right?
it's 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yep, gravy. So I guess we'll just end it here for this episode.
All
And
right.
don't forget, we're sponsored by Depends, man.
Oh,
Don't forget, you gotta wear them.
did you like the intro music I put last time? In the last one, the last podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man.
So
You're getting better with the editing. Yeah.
I'll put it on this one too. I don't know. I'm afraid we're gonna get flagged, but I haven't yet. So
Oh, fuck it. Let's
yeah,
let's 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 gamble a little.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is gonna be us signing off. I'm Paul, and that guy over there is a sexual white chocolate.
Eee.
And thank you for listening to our 2 hours and 50-minute podcast about moms sending their kids to gay pride at the age of 12.
Yeah. And how
And
we're old and we disapprove.
yeah, and mayonnaise is spicy,
Yeah, it's too spicy.
and weed is from the devil, but it's not really
The devil's
sort of.
lettuce.
Yeah. Fuck, they always try to pin it on the devil, man. Poor guy.
No, fuck the devil. You can go straight to hell.
He's just looking up like,
Yeah, what the fuck
been
did I
there.
do?
Yeah, like the fuck I've been here, dude. Like,
Yeah.
relax. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening to our random ass podcast, and we will see you guys, or not see you guys, but we will. Well, you will hear us later.
We'll track you analytically.
We'll look in your what is it called? Your MAC address. Find out where the fuck you live.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. All right. Good night, good day, good morning, wherever the fuck you are. Like I said in the beginning, and fuck off.
Yep. Peace out.
Lates.
Bye. Bye.